What are you doing at the...
I have... Lord Sinclair doesn't want them to project over the paths where they could be in the way of walkers.
Oh,
And his...
I have... Hello, my...
Hello?
Exact.
Of course.
You work...
Yeah, he need...
When did you start working here?
Oh, only a few months ago. The position became vacant through a tragic accident.
What kind of accident?
Lord Sinclair's last gardener was murdered.
What exactly happened?
Nobody knows. He was found on the estate, directly under the window of Lord Sinclair's study. His lordship found him himself.
And how did he die?
Well, that was a terrible thing. He was literally slashed. Some madman must have crept onto the estate.
Can I help you? I like gardening.
Well, that's nice of you, but I have to do my work here myself. Lord Sinclair controls his employees very strictly. I don't want to get into trouble.
Does his lordship have any enemies?
Well, rich people are always envied, aren't they? His lordship leads a secluded life and avoids any kind of trouble. But I guess there must be some people who can't stand him. People tell the most horrible stories about him here in the neighbourhood, and somebody even sent the police to his house.
Really? And why?
Because of the screams.
Screams? What kind of screams?
His lordship and his friends sometimes go into the forest and do strange screaming exercises.
Pardon me?
Yes, it's just some strange quirk of theirs. You know what the aristocracy can be like.
You said that somebody called the police.
Yes, but of course they couldn't find anything. His lordship was questioned and fined, I think. But not because of the screams, because of the animal trophies in his drawing room.
It was because he hadn't got a shooting license, wasn't it?
Yes, I think that's right. How did you know?
Oh, I just guessed. I have to go. Duty calls. Don't work too hard.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Okay, so in this part, I actually made a mistake. There's actually a piece of wire that you have to pick up that I actually forgot at this point, so I had to actually go back and get it because you need the wire to complete the library section of the game. So yeah, so when you've used the shears and scissors and whatever on the bush, you need to remember to do this, otherwise you won't be able to get any further.
Damn, the shears are broken. Now the scissors are broken as well, but the hole should be big enough now. No, not a chance.
How do you do, Mr. Halligan? How nice of you to visit us.
You know my name?
Certainly. Lord Sinclair has been expecting you.
He has? Is that boss of yours some kind of psychic or what?
Why don't you ask him that yourself? Let's go.
Mr. Halligan, it is a great pleasure to meet you in person at long last.
The pleasure's mine. Would you mind telling your charming pet gorilla here to point his damn pistol somewhere else?
Please forgive us this precautionary measure, Mr. Halligan. I happen to be a distrustful man. Jack.
Lord Sinclair, now that we've met, there are a few questions I'd really like to ask you.
Certainly, certainly. After dinner I will answer any questions you deign to ask me. Until then, please be my guest. Jack, please be good enough to show our guest to his chamber.
You do not seem to be quite aware of the situation you are in, Lord Sinclair. I'm a detective from Scotland Yard. I don't want to have dinner with you. I'm here because of a series of murders in which you are a prime suspect.
With all due respect, Mr. Halligan, I took you for a wiser man than that. If anyone here is unaware of the situation they are in, you are. I have asked you to be my guest at dinner. Please don't disappoint me by refusing. Otherwise, I will have to ask Jack here to persuade you to stay in his own way.
I understand. I'm to stay here voluntarily, because if I don't, you'll force me. Is that it?
I'm glad we've settled that. Now, if you would please follow my friend Jack, he will show you to your room. We will discuss everything else in detail later, over dinner.
Let's go.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Locked up in Lord Sinclair's house. Night has arrived. That's all I needed. The picture looks even weirder in the dark. What was that? God! Somebody's screaming out there in the forest. That's the picture with the tasteful motif. The keyhole is